Hello students, how are you? I hope you will be fine. Today, in today's session, we will discuss about S block elements, and in S block elements, we will discuss about first group elements. So let's start. In today's session, we will see in first group general introduction of first group, then electronic configuration, anomalous properties, diagonal relationship between lithium and magnesium, trends in physical properties, and reaction with oxygen, water, hydrogen, and halogens. So, first we will start the general introduction. Okay, so you know the S block elements of the periodic table are those in which the last electron enters the outermost S orbital. Outermost S orbital means if the principal quantum number is equal to 3, then the electron will enter in 3s. Okay, if the principal quantum number is 5, the electron will enter in 5s. So simple, the outermost cell, in that cell electron will enter in s orbital. Okay, so we can see the configuration of different elements. We will see in next slide. So what are s block elements? Simple, S block element, P block element, D block element, and F block element. So simple definition is, if electron enters in s orbital, these are s block element. If electron enters in d orbital, these are d block elements. If electron enters in p orbital, it's p block element. And if electron enters in f orbital, last electron, we are talking about last electron enters in f orbital, then these are called F block elements. So now you can see the maximum capacity of s orbital. This maximum capacity is 2. So we can classify s block elements into two groups, first group and second group. So first group elements are collectively known as the alkali metal. Okay, so see, what is first group? In periodic table you have seen here first column, second column, okay, like that. Here is hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, then sodium, then magnesium, and so on. So see, lithium configuration, this one is 1s2 2s1. Sodium configuration 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s1. So the last electron, it is entering in s orbital. So these two elements, they belong to first group. Like that, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and so some other elements. So the elements of first group, these are first group elements, and collectively these are known as alkali metals. Remember this thing, we are not adding hydrogen in first group. Okay, hydrogen, its position is different. We have discussed in hydrogen chapter. Okay, position of hydrogen is separate. Don't count it in first group. First group elements are lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. These are first group elements, and these are called alkali metals. Why? Because they are so called because of they form hydroxide on reaction with water, which are strongly alkali. Hydroxide means if we react sodium with water, Na plus H2O, then it will form NaOH. This NaOH is a base, and base is known as alkali. Base is known as alkali if this base is strong. Okay, so this is strongly alkaline nature because this one is basic. So first is known as alkali metals. Okay, so whenever we talk about alkali metals, we are talking about just you should understand that you should immediately about which element we are talking? We are talking about first group elements. Okay, so these are alkali metals. Next, among the alkali metals, sodium and potassium are abundant. Abundant means their percentage, or out of alkali metals, the sodium and potassium, their percentage is maximum. Okay, these are found in maximum amount as compared to other elements. Lithium, rubidium and cesium have much lower abundance. Sodium and potassium, higher abundance. Lithium, rubidium, cesium, lower abundance. And francium is highly radioactive. Its longest lived isotope has a half-life of only 21 minutes. It means if we want to store or we want to collect francium element, then the half-life of this atom or the element, it will be only 21 minutes. So within half an hour, less than half an hour, the element will decompose, or it will convert into some other element, or it will undergo radioactive activity. Okay, so it means francium, it is not existing freely for long time, while lithium, rubidium, cesium we can store, and potassium and sodium can be stored. So only francium is radioactive. So underline this question: which S block element is radioactive? That is francium, and the half-life of francium is 21 minutes. Okay, now we will see electronic configuration. First, lithium atomic number, the members of the element, this group, these are lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Okay, atomic number of lithium, so symbol of lithium is Li. Atomic number 3, configuration will be He2S1. Okay, after that sodium, atomic number 11, configuration will be 3s1. So you can see only the principal quantum number or orbit is changed. In place of 2, it is 3, and the number of electrons in s orbital, these are same. Then potassium, atomic number 19, configuration, you can again see number of electrons in s orbital. Rubidium, cesium and francium. So you can see in all these elements, the last electron, it is entering in s orbital. So these are called s block elements. Okay, and the group electronic configuration, it will be ns1, where n is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you place n is equal to 5, we are talking about rubidium. If you place n is equal to 3, we are talking about sodium. So ns1, this is group electronic configuration or common electronic configuration. So out of this, after electronic configuration, now we will see anomalous properties of lithium. See, what is anomalous property? Anomalous property means lithium, we know lithium is a metal, and metal they have always electron donating nature. So they will form ionic compound. Okay, first concept is ionic compound. First group element, these are very soft. You can cut sodium via knife, you can cut potassium via knife. Sodium and potassium, if you add into water, they will react with water violently, vigorously. Okay, so these are some features. So according to Moseley, he told that in a first group, all the elements, they have same chemical and physical properties. Okay, in any group, the members of any particular group, these members, they will show the same chemical and physical properties, but here lithium shows some different characters. So see, what are these different characters? First is lithium is much harder. Lithium is harder, and other elements, these are soft. This is anomalous behavior, this is different. Lithium is showing different character. Okay, Then lithium is least reactive but the strongest reducing agent among all the alkali metals. In first group, lithium is the least reactive. Sodium reacts with water very violently, while lithium it's not so violent. So lithium is least reactive, but it is the strongest reducing agent. On combustion in air. Now, talking about air, if you react sodium with oxygen, it will form sodium oxide, potassium oxide. But if you react, if you burn or leave lithium open in air, then it will react oxygen as well as nitrogen. Remember now what is the concept? Concept is if lithium plus air, and in air O2 and N2 both are present, so lithium react with oxygen as well as reaction with nitrogen, so it will form lithium oxide and lithium nitride. Two compounds will be formed. Okay, these two compounds will be formed. And sodium, if we react sodium reacts with air, then again oxygen and nitrogen both are present, but sodium will react only with oxygen. So in place of this, sodium will form oxygen. So this is the different behavior. Lithium, it is reacting with nitrogen and oxygen, while sodium or other elements, these are reacting only with oxygen. So this is the different behavior. Okay, after that, LiCl is deliquescent and crystallizes as a hydrate. Deliquescent means if you, for example, you see in our domestic purpose, in our kitchen, you see if sugar or salt, these are left open in air, then what will happen? Will it melt naturally at room temperature? So these are not melting. But lithium chloride, if you left this lithium chloride open in air, then it will absorb water or moisture from air. So what is the deliquescent nature? Deliquescent means water absorbing nature, and water is absorbed from air. So water absorbing nature from air, this is known as deliquescent. So ultimately we can say lithium chloride, it's not we cannot store this as a dry. If you left it open in air, it will immediate absorb water and it will get hydrated. Okay, so this is the deliquescent nature, while other alkali do not form hydrate. For example, sodium chloride, salt we are using in our home, and also we are using this sodium chloride, okay, salt for our domestic purpose, for cooking purpose. So it's not deliquescent. If you left it open in air, so it will not absorb water. So this is the deliquescent nature. After deliquescent nature, now lithium hydrogen carbonate is not obtained in the solid state, while other elements form solid hydrogen carbonate. You have seen in lab sodium hydrogen carbonate, this is in solid state. Potassium hydrogen carbonate, it is in solid state. So all the alkalis, these are forming solid hydrogen carbonate, while lithium hydrogen carbonate, it cannot be stored in, or it cannot be obtained in solid state. So this is the different behavior. Why now? The question is, why is this lithium is showing different character? Okay, so now we will see the reason of anomalous behavior. So first see some more characters. Lithium, unlike other alkali metals, form no ethanide on reaction with ethine. Means if you react with sodium Na plus ethine means CH triple bond CH. So they will form CH triple bond C Na. This will be sodium ethanide. Okay, this is sodium ethanide. It means sodium is reacting with ethine. This is reacting. If we react lithium and ethine, then there will be no reaction. So the lithium, this one is showing again different character. After that, lithium nitrate when heated gives lithium oxide Li2O, whereas other alkali metal nitrate decomposes to give the corresponding nitrite. For example, sodium nitrate NaNO3. So it decomposes into NaNO2. This one is sodium nitrite. If we heat LiNO3, then it will decompose into Li2O. Okay, and NO2. So it's not forming nitrite, it is forming only oxide. So this is the different behavior. What different behavior? Lithium nitride, it is not decomposing into nitrite. Nitrate, it is not decomposing into nitrite. Nitrate to nitrite. So other elements, they are converting from nitrate to nitrite, while lithium, it is not converting. So this is the different behavior. This is the reaction. Okay. After that, LiF, lithium fluoride, and Li2O are comparatively much less soluble in water than the corresponding compounds of other alkali metals. So you see, lithium fluoride, it is ionic compound. Okay, this one is ionic compound. So it should dissolve in water because ionic compounds are soluble in water. But here, lithium fluoride and lithium oxide, these are less soluble in water as compared to other, for example, as compared to other metal fluorides and oxide. For example, lithium fluoride and lithium fluoride and sodium fluoride. If you compare lithium fluoride and sodium fluoride, this one is less soluble and this one is more soluble. So this is different behavior. Okay. So now we will see some more characters. Okay, so we have seen here the different characters. Characters means these are the differences between lithium and other elements of first group. So now the question is, why this lithium is showing different character? So the reasons for the anomalous behavior of lithium, it is exceptionally small size of its atom and ion. A small atom size. What is the effect of a small atom size? The effect is, if the size is very very small, it is very very difficult to remove the electron. Okay, it is very very difficult to remove the electron from the outermost orbit because the nuclear attraction, it will be strongest. For example, if you compare the structure, lithium, this is a first orbit, this is first orbit, this is nucleus, this is first orbit, and for sodium, here last electron is here. Now the attraction between these two electron, these are negatively charged, so the attraction between proton and electron, these are very very strong. That's why the large amount of energy is required to remove electron. That's why these are not converting into ions. Lithium has less tendency to give electron. Why? Because it's a small size. Sodium, the size of its sodium, it is quite larger. So due to the increase in atomic size, the attraction between nucleus and electron, this is decreasing. So it's quite easier to remove electron. So that's why sodium is forming ionic compound, lithium is forming covalent compound. Okay. High polarizing power. What is high polarizing power? High polarizing power means, you see the size of lithium. This is the size of lithium. This is very small. So what is polarizing power? Polarizing power means, if a bigger ion, for example, this one is iodine. So iodide. In iodide, there are total how many number of electrons? So what is polarizing power? Polarizing power means the electron cloud, this one is spherical. This electron cloud is spherical. So this, due to the attraction of this positively charged particle, lithium, its size is very very small. So it's a nuclear power, or the charge particle, charge on this lithium, it is very very strong. So this positive charge will attract the negatively charged electrons. This positive charge is attracting the negatively charged particles. So the electron cloud, now it will distort. Distort means it will become like this. Like this. It's not now spherical. It's not spherical. This one is now like this shape. So this distortion is known as the polarizing power. Okay. This is called polarizing. So the polarizing power, what is polarizing power? So in which ion the polarizing power will be highest? In case of cation, size should be very very small, and in case of anion, size should be very very large. Then their polarizing power will be highest. So here, due to the lithium, small size of lithium, its high polarizing power, there is increased covalent character. Now what is now covalent character? So covalent character means, since the electrons were here, now these electrons are moving towards nucleus. And what is ionic compound? Ionic compound means 100% they have donated electrons to anion, but now the electrons are shifting towards this ionic compound. So the ionic nature, it is converting into covalent nature, and that is the reason of the covalent nature of lithium. Okay, सिंपल सा क्या समझना है इसको? सिंपल से इस तरीके से समझना है आपको. ये हो गया लिथियम, साइज बहुत छोटा है लिथियम का. यहां पर हमने बनाया आयोडाइड. तो आयोडाइड में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होंगे? आयोडाइड में तो टोटल 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है. ये हमने बना लिया I माइनस, और ये हो गया लिथियम Li प्लस. दिस वन इज नॉट. सो इसमें नेचर क्या आ रहा है? ये जो प्लस है, प्लस क्या करेगा? माइनस को अट्रैक्ट करेगा. अट्रैक्ट करेगा तो क्या होगा? इसका जो शेप है ये थोड़ा सा कैसा हो जाएगा? इस साइड का हो जाएगी. इलेक्ट्रॉन कहाँ जाने लगेंगे? इसके पास जाने लगेंगे. तो कोवेलेंट क्या है? कोवेलेंट में दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन कहाँ होते हैं? एटम्स के बीच में होते हैं दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. तो यहाँ पर देखो इलेक्ट्रॉन कहाँ जाने लगे? दोनों के बीच में. तो ये आयनिक नेचर से क्या होने लगा? ये कोवेलेंट नेचर होने लगा. तो ये कोवेलेंट नेचर किसका होगा? लिथियम के कारण, लिथियम का होगा. क्यों होगा? बिकॉज ऑफ द हाई पोलराइजिंग पावर ऑफ लिथियम. आफ्टर दैट द लास्ट रीजन इज lithium shows diagonal relationship to magnesium, which has been discussed subsequently. So it is showing diagonal relationship. What is now diagonal relationship? So diagonal relationship, it means diagonal relationship, it means you see in our periodic table we are making like this. Lithium, here is sodium, potassium, after rubidium, and so many things are there. Okay, here is magnesium, calcium, and so many things are there. Again, if you leave D block element, then here will be lithium, here is beryllium, lithium, beryllium, here is boron, here is carbon, then nitrogen, and so on. Beryllium, boron, it is aluminium. So what is diagonal relationship? In a square, what is diagon? Diagon is, this is the diagon. So if we divide a square into 4 chambers, what is diagon? This square, it is connected with this square. So this is the diagon. This one is diagon. So like that, in periodic table, lithium, this lithium is showing relationship with magnesium. This is the diagonal relationship. Like that, beryllium, this beryllium is showing similarities with aluminium. So what is diagonal relationship? Elements of a particular group, it is showing similarities in chemical and physical reactivity, or we can say the similarities between physical and chemical properties with the element which is present in diagon. Diagon means what? Diagon means in next group second element, that is digon. Okay, once again see, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, potassium, calcium, okay, and so many things are there. Now the thing is here, lithium, this one is lithium, it shows similarities with magnesium, this is the digon. Like that, beryllium, this is showing similarities with aluminium, so this one is digon. So the element of first group, this is showing relation with similarities in physical and chemical properties with the element which is present in digon in next group. Okay, this relationship is known as diagonal relationship. So see the similarities between lithium and magnesium. The similarities between lithium and magnesium is particularly striking and arises because of their similar size. Now we are talking about similarities. Atomic radii of lithium is 152, magnesium is 160 pm. It's not very the difference is not very large. So we can say the size is quite similar. Size of ions, lithium and magnesium ion, it's quite similar. So that's why the similarities, if the sizes are similar, it means the properties will be same. Okay. Both magnesium and magnesium, lithium and magnesium are harder and lighter than other elements in their respective groups. लिथियम अपने ग्रुप में सबसे ज़्यादा हार्ड है, मैग्नीशियम अपने ग्रुप में सबसे ज़्यादा हार्ड है, और लिथियम और मैग्नीशियम की जो हार्डनेस है दोनों इक्वल है. जितना हार्ड लिथियम है उतना ही हार्ड मैग्नीशियम है. तो यहाँ से हम बता सकते हैं ना कि दोनों में हार्डनेस क्या है, सेम है. इसका मतलब सिमिलरिटी हो गई. लिथियम एंड मैग्नीशियम रिएक्ट स्लोली विद वाटर. ओके, सोडियम आपको मालूम है, सोडियम क्या कर रहा है, वायलेंटली रिएक्शन कर रहा है, बट मैग्नीशियम क्या करेगा, स्लो रिएक्शन है. लिथियम क्या करेगा, स्लो रिएक्शन है. तो वाटर के साथ रिएक्शन हो गई. देयर हाइड्रोक्साइड्स एंड ऑक्साइड्स आर मच लेस सॉल्युबल एंड देयर हाइड्रोक्साइड इज डिकम्पोजेज ऑन हीटिंग. अब सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड को हीट कीजिए, क्या होगा, डिकम्पोज नहीं होगा. कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड को हीट कीजिए, डिकम्पोज नहीं होगा. लिथियम हाइड्रोक्साइड को आप हीट करेंगे, डिकम्पोज हो जाएगा. ओके, फिर हमने देखा था लिथियम और एयर के साथ रिएक्शन. तो बाकी एलिमेंट्स क्या कर रहे थे फर्स्ट ग्रुप के, सिर्फ और सिर्फ ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्शन करते हैं. लेकिन लिथियम क्या करेगा, ऑक्सीजन और नाइट्रोजन दोनों के साथ रिएक्शन करेगा. वैसे ही मैग्नीशियम, मैग्नीशियम को जब आप एयर में बर्न करेंगे तो ये मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड बनाएगा और मैग्नीशियम नाइट्राइड बनाएगा. तो ये ऑक्सीजन और नाइट्रोजन दोनों के साथ रिएक्शन कर रहा है. ठीक है, बाकी एलिमेंट सिर्फ ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्शन करेंगे. तो भाई ये दोनों अपने अपने ग्रुप में डिफरेंट बिहेवियर दिखा रहे हैं. बाकी सारे एलिमेंट अपने ग्रुप के ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्शन करते हैं, ये भाई साहब ऑक्सीजन और नाइट्रोजन दोनों के साथ रिएक्शन करते हैं. तो ये हो गया इनका डिफरेंट बिहेवियर. ओके, और कुछ एग्जांपल्स लेते हैं. द ऑक्साइड्स ऑफ लिथियम ऑक्साइड एंड मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड डू नॉट कंबाइन विद एक्सेस ऑक्सीजन to give any superoxide. What are superoxides? So we'll discuss about superoxides later. Okay, here brief discussion. If NaO2, this NaO2 is superoxide. Okay, this NaO2 is superoxide, peroxide and many more oxides are there. So we will discuss later. The carbonates of lithium and magnesium decomposes easily on heating to form oxide and CO2. Solid hydrogen carbonate are not formed by lithium and magnesium. We have discussed earlier that lithium hydrogen carbonate, it is not found in solid state. Like that, magnesium hydrogen carbonate, it is very unstable. And their carbonates, if you heat these carbonates, they will immediately decompose into oxide and carbon dioxide. While the rest of the carbonates, they are stable. So what is the difference? The difference is lithium magnesium carbonate unstable, lithium magnesium hydrogen carbonate not found. The rest of the elements, they are forming stable. Both lithium chloride and magnesium chloride are soluble in ethanol. Okay, these are soluble in ethanol. And let me tell you, in ethanol, if the substance it is not soluble in water, then this one is soluble in alcohol. Alcohol is organic solvent. So if the compound is not soluble in water, then it is soluble in alcohol. Okay, so sodium chloride, you know very well, we can dissolve sodium chloride into water very easily. So this one is ionic, but lithium chloride, it has partial covalent character. So that's why this one is not much soluble in water. This one is soluble in alcohol. After both LiCl and MgCl2 are deliquescent and crystallizes from aqueous solution as hydrates. Lithium chloride, it has water absorbing capacity from air, like that magnesium chloride, it absorbs water from air. So both are deliquescent, while the other elements, their chlorides are not deliquescent. So these are the similarities between magnesium and lithium. That's why we are saying lithium and magnesium, they show diagonal relationship. Okay, after the diagonal relationship, now we'll talk about physical properties. First, physical properties. So let me tell you the name of the elements. These are the elements. First chemical physical property is atomic radii. So as you know, as we move down in a group, lithium configuration, this one is 2,1, sodium configuration 2,8,1, potassium configuration 2,8,1. So as we move down in a group, the number of orbits are increasing, the size will also increase. This is the evidence. The size of lithium atom, this one is 152 pm, sodium 186, potassium 227. So this one is continuously increasing. Okay, now francium, why atomic size of francium is not given? Because francium is radioactive substance, so it's very difficult to collect francium in solid state in a stable form. It will within its half life is 21 minutes now, so within half an hour it will decompose. So that's why it's quite difficult to measure the atomic radii of francium. Ionic radii, so again you can see moving down in a group, ionic radii, it is continuously increasing. Now see, francium, if you convert francium into its compound, then it is stable. So ionic radii is measured. So you can see ionic radii is increasing. Ionization enthalpy, as we move down in a group, atomic size increases. Atomic size increases, it means the distance between nucleus and outermost electron, it is increasing. And if the distance is increasing, then the attraction, it will decrease. So it will be easier to remove electron. So the amount of energy it is required in less amount. So ionization enthalpy decreases. This is the evidence. You can see as we move down in a group, ionization enthalpy, it is decreasing. Hydration enthalpy. So hydration enthalpy of lithium, it is very high. As we move down in a group, hydration enthalpy is reducing. Okay, and last, melting point. Melting point of this one is similarly, as we move down in a group, melting point is decreasing, and boiling point is also decreasing. So these are the characters or physical properties of first group elements. Here important thing is atomic radii. Okay, after physical property, now we will see chemical properties. First chemical property, reaction with oxygen. As you know, lithium forms monooxide, sodium forms peroxide, and the other metal forms superoxide. Now what are oxide, peroxide and superoxide? If lithium reacts with oxygen, this is forming Li2O. This one is oxide. Okay, this one is oxide. NaO2, this one is peroxide. and other metals superoxide. Structure of these are lithium Li, it is donating 1 electron, oxygen -2, lithium +1. Okay, you know in ground state lithium has atomic number 3 and oxygen has atomic number 8. If 1 electron is removed from both lithium, it will become 10. 10 means configuration is 2,8. This one is stable. Lithium configuration will be now 2. This one is stable, this one is stable. So this is monooxide. Okay, the structure of lithium oxide, it is this one. This one is lithium oxide. In case of peroxide, structure will be sodium Na plus, oxygen, single bond oxygen, both oxygens they have -1 charge, like this. So here, since sodium has donated 1 electron to oxygen, so we will erase this positive sign, this sign. Now see, earlier sodium has atomic number 211, configuration 281, like that 281. Oxygen, they have 6 electrons in outermost orbit each. If they share 1 electron, their configuration is now 7 7. If 1 electron is donated from sodium, it will become 8. Again, if this sodium donates, it will become 8, and the configuration will be now 2 8. So here there is ionic bond. This one is covalent bond. This one is covalent bond. So this is the structure of peroxide. Peroxide means oxygen, single bond oxygen, and with oxygen some other elements are combined. For example, we have seen the structure of hydrogen peroxide. This is the structure of hydrogen peroxide. This is completely covalent compound. Like that, Na plus O minus, Na plus. This one is now ionic compound, and this is the peroxide. After the peroxide, now superoxide. Next term is superoxide. So the formula of superoxide, this is MO2. This is superoxide MO2. Okay, so this is the difference. Now can you say all the elements are reacting with oxygen in a similar pattern? No, they are reacting in different way. Lithium, it is forming oxide, sodium peroxide, and potassium, rubidium and cesium superoxide. First is reaction. Second, reaction with water. So alkali metals react with water to form hydroxide and dihydrogen, and the reaction is very violent reaction. Okay, this is the reaction with water. So lithium, if you talk about lithium, so this one lithium is quite less reactive with hydrogen. The reaction is not very violent. This reaction is quite slow. Okay, normal reaction. They also react with proton donors such as alcohol, gaseous, ammonia and alkaline. Proton donors means, or alcohols. So in alcohol the formula is ROH. So if alcohol reacts with sodium, it will form RO minus and Na. This is the reaction with metal. So in this way all the elements react with alcohol. Okay, so this is the second reaction with water. Important thing is chemical equation. Only chemical equations are very important here. Next, reaction with hydrogen. So you know hydrogen, it has electropositive character, means hydrogen it will donate electron. But if the element it is more electropositive than hydrogen, okay, see, hydrogen has electron donating nature, but if hydrogen reacts with the element which has electron donating nature more than hydrogen, then hydrogen will gain electron. Okay, for example, M plus H2 metal, it will form plus and hydrogen will form minus. So hydrogen has both character. It can gain electron, it can donate electron. Depends on the element in which to which this one is reacting. If hydrogen is more electropositive, hydrogen forms plus. Hydrogen is less electropositive, hydrogen forms minus. So this one is ionic compound. So these alkali metals react with hydrogen to form ionic hydride. These are forming ionic hydride. Okay, we have discussed about ionic hydride in hydrogen chapter. Reaction with halogens. So these are reacting with halogens to form ionic halides M plus X minus. Okay. However, lithium halides are somewhat covalent. Now we have discussed about the anomalous behavior of lithium. That lithium chloride, this one is covalent and sodium chloride is ionic. So why lithium chloride is covalent? Reason is high polarizing capability of lithium ion. So due to high polarizing power, the bond is becoming now covalent character. Okay, so this is the equation M plus X2, this one is M plus and X minus. For example, Na plus Cl2, they form NaCl. In NaCl, Na plus and Cl minus is there. So this is the symbolic representation. Okay. After the reaction with halogens, now we will see the last reducing nature. Reducing nature means the element which is undergoing oxidation. This one is reducing agent. For example, see Na and Cl2, they react to form Na plus and Cl minus. We have calculated oxidation number of elements in redox reaction. So sodium, oxidation number of sodium is plus here 0, here is plus 1. So 0 is converting into plus. So here oxidation reaction is taking place. And the element which is undergoing oxidation, it is reducing agent. So sodium is reducing agent. Now we can say alkali metals are reducing agent because they have a strong electron donating nature. Okay, and lithium being the most and sodium the least powerful. Okay, reducing character. In reducing character, lithium is the strongest reducing agent and lithium is least reducing agent. Their reducing capacity, it is decreasing as we move down in a group. Now in reducing nature, see, first metal, it will convert into gas because metal is in solid state. So solid converts into gas. Their enthalpy of sublimation take place. After ionization reaction, it will take place, and after hydration enthalpy. So all these three types of enthalpies are there. Now what is enthalpy? Enthalpy is a type of energy. So first we will convert solid into gas, energy is required. Then we will convert gas into ion, energy is required. Ion into aqueous solution, this ion is surrounded by H2O. This one is hydration enthalpy. So with the small size of its ion, lithium has the highest hydration enthalpy and its high reducing power. Simple thing. If the hydration enthalpy, this one is highest, reducing power will be highest. Okay. So in this way, lithium is the strongest reducing agent. After that, so that's all for today's session. Now if you have doubt, you can contact me. Okay, thank you very much.